You might call this a vertical dump site, an abandoned well shaft filled with all kinds of garbage. What's that doing to the neighborhood's drinking water? Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Jennifer Waddell. The guy actually does have the night off. Our top story tonight, how would you like a nice tall glass of water that's been filtered through household garbage and who knows what else? If that possibility doesn't sound appealing to you, then you can imagine how some neighbors here in southern Arizona feel knowing that an abandoned mine shaft is filled with garbage. Not on your sides, Tammy Vo is on this investigation. And Tammy, state inspectors are on the case.
Driving by this property on East Tanque Verde, you've probably missed it. A concrete wall that stands about 3 feet high. But look inside and you'll see piles of trash. Gary Hicks has been monitoring it for years. He's the president of the Arizona Water Well Association.
It's like an uncontrolled landfill. It's fermenting down there. He may be making methane gas. I don't know.
He's been taking these photos. Hicks says the well is quite deep, and this photo from 2008 suggests that the bottom of it may extend into the water table, the same water table from which some neighbors draw their drinking water. And that's a concern for Hicks, who says that this abandoned well shaft is filled with garbage and possibly horse manure.
Do you believe that this is a possible water safety issue for people who live in this area?
It's very definitely a source of groundwater contamination.
Who lives here? Hicks says renters. No one answered. Hicks does have a paper trail showing that in February, he wrote a letter to the Arizona Department of Water Resources saying this well is in violation. Then the state wrote a letter to the well owner saying that it planned to inspect the well. Hicks says in the months since then, obviously nothing has changed, which is why he called the State Department of Environmental Quality. And today, this inspector responded. He couldn't speak to us on camera, but said it is the worst he's ever seen.
I'm hoping very much that he can find something and document it too, because so far I've been the only one documenting what's been going on here.
Tammy Vo joins us from our newsroom now. Tammy, I know you got in touch with the owners by phone today. What did they have to say?
Well, Jennifer, I did speak to the owner's son. He tells me that his dad filled that well with dirt and rocks years ago and that it does not lead to groundwater. They do not think that this is a health concern.
So what happens now?
Well, that inspector who you saw out there today is from ADEQ. He is trying to determine if this is indeed a health hazard. Well, I found out from that an inspector from another state office was out of the property back in March. That inspector tells us today that the trash needs to be cleaned out so they can see what is at the bottom of the well and whether it needs to be sealed up with concrete. They plan on, Jennifer, sending the owner a letter in a week ordering that cleanup.
They've got a lot of digging to do, and I know we'll stay on the story. Tammy, thanks so much.